In this video, guys, we're going to look at how do you improve trader confidence. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to thank you for spending valuable minutes of your day watching this video. Hopefully you get something out of it. If you do, thumbs up's appreciated. If you don't, you know what, you can give it a thumbs down. Plenty of people give it a thumbs down. You can give it a thumbs down, that's fine, because then I know what videos you guys like and what you kind of get value from. Anyway, let's not waste any more of your time. How do you improve trader confidence? You know that you need confidence to be a successful trader. There's no way you can trade successfully, profitably, how you want to frame it, if you are constantly like, oh, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure about that. It's this dichotomy of having unresolved or unwavering, should I say, confidence in your ability, but yet being able to cut the trade when it's wrong. It's that upper end of the scale. You've got to believe the trade, you're taking the trade, it's wobbling a bit, no, it's going to go where I want it to go. But if it doesn't, I'm still going to get out. So it's not stubbornness of saying, okay, whatever happens, I'm holding this deal. No, it's saying, okay, this is what I think is going to happen with this trade. This is why, and I'm confident, I have experience to back this up, etc. We'll talk about this in a moment. But then if it doesn't work, move on to the next one. The trouble we have as losing traders or struggling traders or beginning traders, I don't think the word losing because that's staking your identity to P&L, and I think that's detrimental. It's like, okay, the P&L will take care of itself in time if you believe and trust in the process. That's another video. Anyway, many traders at the beginning are stuck in this cycle here. Been there, done it, guys. You trade, you lose, your confidence declines. Now, maybe you don't lose in every single trade, but if your equity curve is very much doing this, down, 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 you are ultimately losing most of the time. And so all that does is just chip away at your confidence. And you're in this chicken and egg scenario. How do you build confidence when all the time you're struggling, nothing seems to be working? It's reframing things. You know, the difference, the subtle distinction between winners and losers, if you like, or professional traders and amateurs, or consistent traders and not, however you want to frame it, is that there's an underlying confidence that, yes, has to be built from some success. There's no getting over that fact. You know, you struggle to convince yourself you're good at something if you've never done it. But, you know, most people, even if they're struggling, have had spells where they've had spells of brilliance. Okay, you know what, look at that. I put in a couple of weeks there of really good results, or a couple of days of really, you know, very rarely is someone losing. There's times when you've had spells where you've done some great stuff. It just hasn't really represented itself in your equity curve because the bad stuff has overcome it all. And so when you're looking at it purely from a P&L perspective, you're like, oh, it's not great. So, you know, the idea is to harvest those bits at the beginning. But before we talk about that, what you want to get to is a point where you are always building confidence. And how do you do that? Because you're not framing the confidence booster or decliner, if you like, this isn't with the right words, but hopefully this makes sense, on the outcome of a trade. The outcome of the trade is irrelevant. If you can get to a point where you are in this cycle, you trade, and whether you win or lose, your confidence is improving. Now, okay, if you have a losing trade, it's very hard to have massive improvements in confidence, but you can still look at a loser and say, hey, did I do something wrong there? Or was it just the nature of the beast? Was it just the setup? Because, hey, setups aren't always going to work. If it's that, then it doesn't have any negative impact on your confidence. If you've made an error and you say, hey, look, there's a pattern here. I'm making an error in my trigger. I'm a little bit early on this trigger and I've done it a few times. I can amend that. That's going to result in an improved and increased P&L down the line. That confidence will increase. So it's framing the success of the trade, not on the P&L or red and green outcome. It's on what you've learned from the trade, how it's played out, and the process you've executed. And when you start to do that, your confidence, the very first thing, you want to stop it just declining. Hold it steady. you know what, look, I'm doing the right things. I'm reading the right books. I'm researching. I'm not pulling the trigger on anything. I'm doing the stuff that I know I should be doing. So there's the good solidity, the confidence. And then it's okay, well, I'll take the trade. Now, maybe it's a losing trade, but what can I learn from that? Every trade I take is a learning experience. Now, I know it's a cliche and it's oversaid by a lot of things, and sometimes you're like, well, what the heck can I learn from losing 800 bucks in this trade? I get it. Sometimes you like that. And it's not always going to be, oh, I'm so pleased I lost all this money. What can I learn from it? Yeah, real world, guys, it sucks to have a series of losing trades. Nobody likes it. Nobody enjoys it. The difference is with experienced traders, professional traders, they accept it, they know it's going to happen, but they're confident they can recover from it. So anyway, going back to the point, trade, win, lose, improve confidence. How you improve the confidence of the trader is to reframe what it means to be a trader. Reframe what you consider success and let the P&L sort itself out later. Let that worry about itself later. I know that we're so focused on it. I know it's important. I'm not saying it's not. However, if your confidence is staked and it's running in tandem with your equity curve, you're never going to get it. You have to have a point where you go, right, my confidence as a trader is on how I execute, how I prepare, how I journal, how I strategize, how I do all these good things that you're doing, and that can bring your confidence up. And then when you get to a point where you start to see some wins in your P&L, you go, hey, look, it's not happening overnight. I'm not going to suddenly go up into the stratosphere of my P&L, but hey, look, I'm getting spells of greatness here. Spells where I've got really good P&L to show for this work. Wow, grab that, leverage on that. If you have it into a week, stop the week and marinate in that on the weekend, let the confidence boost. Get that up a little notch. Get that as the new standard, the new level. There's my new confidence level. And then you start to perform. And you might lose again, but again, not letting it erode, saying, hey, I'm still sticking to the process. This is going to take time. This is not an overnight fix. I'm not expecting to suddenly turn my equity curve around overnight. I'm focused on a long-term game here. I'm focused on this skill set that I'm developing as a skill for life, not as a short-term gain to make a couple of 100,000 and be done with it, or whatever the number is you're looking at. So how to improve your trader confidence, guys? Stake your confidence on something other than the win or loss of a trade. It doesn't matter. It's how you've executed, how your actions are in the trading environment, in the market. Well, that's where you get confidence, or at least that's the way you get confidence to start the ball rolling and get it up there. Then when you start to see some traction, you start to say, hey, well, actually, look, my equity curve has been up for a couple of quarters. Oh, hey, I may be down this quarter, but how many times have I been down before and recovered the quarter? Many times, years in a row, or whatever it may be. And you start to draw on past experiences of performance then. So it starts to change very, very slightly. But to get off the ground, to get past that constant cycle of, oh, I'm feeling awful and losing, awful and losing and awful and losing, is, okay, let me stake my confidence metric, if you like, on something other than the win or lose. Take care, guys. See you in the next one. By the way, loads of videos on the channel for you to learn from as well. Take care. Bye-bye.